Good evening, good morning, and good night. What's going on, Slurred Words fans? This is my first time doing the intro. Probably not. But we're back. It's
It's
me,
your
Mike.
second.
Oh, it's my second time doing it. It's me, Mike, joined by Matt. Today I'm hosting. Man, it feels great to be the host. Finally, the big dog's on top. Matt, what's going on?
Not much. You know what's great about having a podcast?
What's up? What's that?
It can be whatever time we want. It can
can't-
be 2:30 in the morning right now. It doesn't matter.
No one-
Reality is what we make it.
Yeah, I mean, you could be listening at any time. That's why I said good evening, good morning, and good night. Whatever time you listen into it, I'm going to make sure I accommodate for you. So, Matt, let's get going.
All right. So Kentucky Derby, I got a great story for you.
All right,
I had
tell
a
me the
person
story.
come to me because people come to me for sports advice. I know people come to you because we're very knowledgeable about these things. If people would have listened to us with college basketball, look where they would have been. Anyways, comes to me and says, what should I do for this? I'm going to an event. And I was like, well, first thing is you got to bet based off the names of the horses. I was like, look, I'll look up the names. I'll let you know. And this is what you should do. I was looking through them. I was like, ooh, Vecrom or something like that. That's a good name. Ooh, yeah, that's a good name. I go, oh, Maximum Security. Got to go that one. Maximum Security, that's a fantastic name. And then she was like, okay, that sounds pretty good. Like, what's a bad name for a horse? And I was like, something that's just, like, dumb. And I was like, oh, Country House. That's a bad horse name. Don't bet on that. So
Well-
that's the advice I gave someone going into the Derby.
Well, Matt, your advice was completely wrong.
It should have been fine because Maximum Security shouldn't have lost.
I agree. First off, as a person that bet on Maximum Security, and for 10 minutes thinking I won, I was pumped. I was so hyped. I had some problems. It was raining Saturday, so our DirecTV cut out. I was like, what the hell is going on? We had to go get the NBC stream on the internet, on the computers. We were streaming it. We saw it. We were pumped. We're giving everybody high fives. We bet Maximum Security probably like 30 minutes before the race. We're like 4-1 odds. He's never lost a race. It's muddy. We heard he runs great in mud. He won. He was faster than everyone else. He won by like 4 horses. It was huge. Maybe by a mile. They could have ran the thing back 10 times. He would have won every time. But the disqualification, replays has always been bad for sports, Matt. It's terrible. It's a disgrace. Maximum Security. You know, he worked so hard all season. Now all these horse experts, his semen isn't going to be as valuable. No one's going to want to have to breed this little horse, the next ponies. He's not going to be a stallion. Now he's just going to be a double crown winner. It's sad.
Yeah.
It's like they don't even care about the integrity of the horse racing anymore.
Well, I thought the thing was when I watched it, I was like, okay, like he kind of gets in his lane, but it didn't affect anything. I didn't think.
He kind of bumped into him, but
Yeah, well, I just thought that it was still seemed like a fair race. It seemed like the right outcome.
yeah, I feel like no one's going to beat that horse. That horse is so fast. I mean, if you don't want that problem, you should just be in front the whole race. Maximum Security, he was out in front. He can cut you off if he wants. It's NASCAR. If you're trying to go through him on the outside, he's gonna cut you off.
Yeah, just be faster.
Jimmy Johnson. I've never heard anyone complain about Jimmy Johnson cutting in front of people. It's just baloney. Baloney. Bull crap.
We are, let it stand. I mean, we're in the Maximum Security. It's an inside job. They didn't want him to win. They don't want to see us win.
I heard many people threw away their tickets. Who won? What was his name? House? Country House. I heard after the race, everyone just threw away their tickets. And
Oh, shit.
yeah, so those people are idiots. The worst part was also, I'm thinking I won for like 10 minutes, and then I see like a group message go off like, whoa, what's going on with the Derby right now? Are they gonna disqualify him? Why are they reviewing this stuff? And I'm like, what? So I have to yell, hey, everybody, turn the race back on. Freaking out. It was awful. Miserable.
Yeah. Oh, it's rough. But, that's why I think next year we should just enter our own horse in the Derby. That way we can control the outcome.
Yeah, sure.
I heard horses aren't expensive.
I want like a really like a redneck, not redneck version, but like just a cheap version of horse racing. It's just like people running in mud or something like that, and everyone bets on a person or something.
Oh.
I also think it'd be kind of funny if they just did like horse racing, like, oh, we're not going to just run on track today. Today we're going to run on like mud, dirt, grass, You never know.
Like they do with tennis.
Yeah, it's like a 100-meter. Usain Bolt's like, oh, well, I run great on track. I can win every time. But if it's mud, there's another guy with a favorite. I think it should be something like that, just to really give it some controversy, some complications.
No, I like that a lot too. All right, maximum security. We all know they're the winner in our hearts.
Mm-hmm.
We don't care what people say. You know what I mean?
Do you think maximum security knows he lost?
Probably because they were just like, well, I guess it's back to the barn for him, back to the stable.
No, he's got 2 other races to win this year. He's got to win the Belmont and the Preakness. Right, those are the other 2 races.
What's the last one?
The Preakness.
The Belmont. The what?
The Belmont and the Preakness.
I don't know what the Preakness is.
That's in Baltimore.
Oh, where's the Belmont?
It's in Belmont.
Isn't that?
I have no idea where it is. I thought you were just joking with me.
Sure it's Nashville, right?
I don't know. You're making me feel like you sounded like you knew where it was, and then now you seem like you don't know what it is.
Well, now I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure that's Nashville.
What are the odds that this was just a conspiracy for the horse racing?
New York.
Belmont, New York. Yeah, that makes way more sense. What is the chances this is a conspiracy? This is just the horse racing, trying to get us to watch more horse racing? They're not getting enough gambling. They need more people.
The thing I don't understand is how would that get more people to watch it?
I want to watch Maximum Security's next race. I really want to watch the next race.
I kind of wanted to watch him try to win the Triple Crown.
Didn't we have the Triple Crown winner last year?
What?
Didn't we have a Triple Crown winner last year?
I don't know. We've had a Triple Crown winner. It was recently. I don't remember.
Exactly. No one even knows that horse's name. No one cares about the Triple Crown. They just want controversy. They need replay. They're taking a book out of everything in the NBA, everything in the NFL. They're like, you know what's really causing a fuss in sports right now? Replay. That's what we need. And that's why WWE is the best sport in the world. No matter what happens, replay ain't going to affect it. You can knock out the ref. You can hit him with a chair. It doesn't matter. There's no replay. It's just whatever the ref says goes. 1, 2, 3. Once he slaps the mat, it's over. There's no complaining.
We definitely can't argue with that. Although it's not whatever the ref says, because sometimes the ref, gets knocked out.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I'm just saying, in Vince McMahon's company, XFL, WWE, that shit ain't happening. It's not flying.
Yeah, they just have the fans, whoever yells louder, like the rap battles on 8 Mile.
Speaking of the XFL, I saw they got a deal done with ESPN and Fox.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they'll be on both networks, ABC, ESPN, Fox Sports 1, and that stuff.
I just wonder because I thought the AFL had a pretty good shot and they only survived the season.
Well, apparently they never had the money.
Yeah, but it's like, how is that? I guess Vince McMahon will have the money. I mean, he definitely has a lot of money.
He definitely has the money. He definitely saw what went wrong with the AFL.
I think what the problem is, like the AFL, because if the XFL doesn't make money, he's not going to keep it going. There'd be no point.
Yeah,
So
obviously.
I think that was the AFL was kind of the same thing. They're like, this is the startup cost. If it doesn't make money, then whatever, we disband it.
Wasn't there like a big thing? They really wanted to be like, not the owner of the AFL didn't want to be like affiliated with the NFL, but the owners wanted to be like, we want this to be like a minor league program, like a G League program for the NFL.
They didn't want to be a feeder system. They wanted to at some point be able to compete.
I think that's what the owner wanted, but I believe the owner of the AFL, but the actual owners of the teams wanted to become a feeder system because they knew that'd be more money.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Of course.
Yeah. So there was just some button heads, but that's not what I wanted to talk about. Anyway, I was just saying the XFL. We got some TV deals. We're ready. We're ready.
I was wondering what the difference between the XFL and the AAFL is going to be.
I have no idea. I have no idea what the difference will be. Maybe their pairs will get played. Hopefully, that's the difference.
I don't know, but we'll see for sure. All right. Is there anything else we want to go on to?
Alrighty. It's time for everyone's favorite segment. It's called No Huddle. We're just going to go through some headlines. I think Matt has the timer. If Matt doesn't have the timer, I'm going to let him set up the timer. We'll do, 60 seconds? 90 seconds?
60... Yeah, I think we've done 60 in the past.
We're going to do 60 seconds. We're going to drill the headlines from the week. It's based on our favorite show, PTI, and we're going to hit it. We're going to hit it. It's definitely not a spoof of
It's
PTI. We
definitely our own
respect
show.
it.
It's
Michael
our own
Wilbon, Kershaw.
segment based on the show.
What?
It's our own segment based on the show.
Yeah, correct. It's a complete original idea that's never been done before, and here we go. Matt, give us the first one.
All right, I'm starting it now. Ja Morant, notable prospect in the upcoming NBA draft, said that he is to quote him, a point god. Now, I don't know about this. He's a very good point guard. I knew people that used to call Chris Paul, like Clippers Chris Paul, peak Chris Paul, the point god because he was able to construct the game how he wants it. I don't know if I'm ready to give it to Ja Morant yet.
So, the thing is, this is just offensive to gods everywhere. Greek gods, your god, whatever gods you want. Ja Morant hasn't even been drafted yet. Ja, you played at Murray State. You won one tournament game. Let's slow down the brakes. You can dunk really awesome. You can score a little bit. We'll see what you got.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think you haven't even done it yet. You don't even know if he could flame out in a year. That's true. He could flame out in a year.
He probably won't, but hey, do we even know he's the true point guard in this draft? Is it Darius Garland? Is it Kobe White? It's probably Zion Williamson.
It's not Darius Garland. I don't think it's Zion Williamson.
It's Zion. It's definitely Zion.
All right, you want to take the next one then?
Sure. All right.
All right.
Oh, here we go. This is a big one. All right. The Golden State Warriors are planning for big changes. They're saying historic changes are on the way. They're fully expecting the rebuild. And now Klay's linked to the Clippers if he doesn't get a max contract from the Warriors.
I understand this. I get it. And if I'm Klay Thompson, yeah, I'm asking for maybe you don't ask for max, but you ask for upwards of, at least, 20? What's max going for? Is it 30 mil is max?
Yeah, it depends how long you've been with the team.
Like 30 a year, whatever. I'm asking for at least 25 to 30 because he can get it, and he can get it from other teams. Also, I would like to see what Klay does without Steph Curry because I think he can fill a role. He just needs like a Kyle Lowry type figure that can move the ball around. I think he's going to be a lot better than people think if he does leave the Warriors. I do not think he will leave the Warriors.
I don't know if he's going to leave the Warriors or not. We'll see. The next headline, it correlates with this headline pretty well, so I'll just read that one. Stephen A. reports that the Warriors were told to prioritize Klay over KD, so it seems like the Warriors, they're moving on from KD. I think it's safe to assume that KD will not be with the team next year. I think everyone's known this. What do you think?
I agree with this, and I think it's so Kevin Durant is the best player on the Warriors right now. I think if I'm the Warriors, this is the right decision, which is going to sound weird, but Kevin Durant, we know what he is. He's the type of guy that will get in fights with kids on Twitter. He's not gonna be on a team where people are gonna say, "Hey, your rings don't count." You know what I mean? He's gonna fight those people. He's gonna say, "Okay, I'll go somewhere where my rings do count, and I'll try to win with them. I've already won with the Warriors. I'm gonna try to win with the Knicks."
I was going to ask you this as you were talking about it, but it seems like you're kind of more on my side. Do you think the Warriors are going more for Klay so they can keep their brand and they can seem more respectable? Like, hey, we could do it without KD. We don't necessarily have to have him. We can move on from him. We can still be one of the greatest dynasties in basketball.
I think that the fight with Draymond proves that they very much think that.
Yeah, I agree. I think, that's kind of what they're decided. They're like, hey, we don't need you to win championships. We've already done it without you. We're glad you added some rings here, but hey, we'll move on. We'll get some more banners without you.
All right, next up. Okay, so the Reds had a bee delay. Dietrich dressed up in an exterminator suit, I would assume, to take care of the bees.
Yeah, okay. So it seemed like you didn't really understand the headline. So anyway, it was afternoon baseball today, Monday afternoon baseball. Derek Dietrich, he had the day off. There's bees everywhere. The whole broadcast was focused just on these bees, and there's bees everywhere. They're like trying to find like the queen bee. I got a whole history lesson about how if you find the queen bee, you'll move all the bees out of the stadium. And then they showed like a 1980s game where they found the queen bee, and some pitcher got stung on the hand. It was awesome. Derek Dietrich, he had the day off. He's hitting tanks right now, but he had the day off. He said, you know what? Instead of hitting home